It is time to dive into NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. That show was on this past Saturday. I'm trying to bring up. It was from the Motorpoint Arena, Cardiff, in Cardiff, Wales, August 31st, 2019. At first, I forgot, the whole time zone thing. I forgot. Because I was thinking it was on Saturday night, and I was like, crap, I'm gonna have to choose. Because I would have chosen All Out, but at the same time I was like, am I gonna have to choose between TakeOver and All Out? And I'm like, oh wait, no, it ends like a couple hours before All Out even comes on. Awesome. But yeah, so it was a pretty damn good show. I will admit, the opening match, some of the stuff I gotta go back and watch again. Same thing with All Out, because I was distracted doing something. I don't even remember. It was Noam Dar. He defeated Travis Banks in the opening match, 13 minutes, 55 seconds.
Noam Dar. I forgot all about him, honestly.
I did too, until his Titantron hit, and I was like, oh yeah, you're a thing.
Was there Alicia Fox there at least?
No, there was no Alicia Fox. Say it right, Greg. But he beat him with something called Nova Roller. I was only, like I said, I wasn't paying attention, so I completely missed what the hell that was. But we get this. I gave the match, from what I did see of it, I gave it a B. I'm grading here on a scale of F to A plus, or I guess F minus to A plus. I gave it a B.
Oh, F.
The hell. The next match was a freaking sleeper, but with one of the guys in there, he could wrestle a broomstick and it would be a 5-star match. It was Cesaro taking on Ilja Dragunov. I think that's how you say the name, Ilja. I don't know, but either way, he wears these funky contacts, and he has slicked back blonde hair and just red trunks. I've never seen the dude before, never heard of him, but he wasn't bad. Him and Cesaro went 12 minutes, 26 seconds. I gave it a B+. Cesaro ended up... Dude, these guys went back and forth. It was fantastic. Cesaro beat him with, he threw him up and uppercutted the soul out of this dude. And then he picked him up, hit the neutralizer, and got the pin. And then after the match, Cesaro came back. It looked like he was going to nail him, but then he put his hand out, and they shook hands or whatever. He did, the longest spin on this dude I've ever seen.
Wait, I saw a GIF, or not, a little small video. I thought it was looped, so it really was that long?
Oh, yeah, it went on.
I swear I thought it was a loop.
The crowd, you know how they act they count it's his rotations, but in all honesty, it's not. The crowd chants way faster than he revolves. Yeah. But they got up to almost 50 before he let him go. And this guy...
Which one of them barfed first?
Right.
Oh, man.
Well, this guy laid on the mat forever, and he tried to sit up and then laid back down. I was like, nope. His head was beet red. And at first I thought he burst the blood vessels in his eyes, but I guess he was just wearing some funky contacts. But yeah, I was like, damn, dude, I would have been
talking
out.
Sean Spears funky, or?
Yeah, almost like that, but they were red around the pupil. So that's why I thought he burst the blood vessels. I was like, well, damn, dude. But they went hard. It was a great match. I don't know if this guy just looked good because he was wrestling Cesaro, or if he's actually good. But yeah, just to tell you about this guy, he doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. So there you go. I found out most of the guys on the UK roster don't have, guys and gals both, do not have their own Wikipedia pages. So, and they want to make this into a show, Greg, like a cable television show.
That's more indie than NXT, or AAA than NXT.
Yeah. Well, that's the rumor, people, for those of you who have not heard the rumor and innuendo.
If you will.
God.
I don't know why I threw that in.
Yeah, you combined Conrad with Dusty. That's weird. But look, the product, the wrestling product is good. The storylines are pretty decent. But I don't know. Like I said, I think I said this to you. It's a niche of a niche. Like even
don't.
Even the hardcore NXT fans are like, oh yeah, that show.
I never miss an episode of NXT, and I was not falling over myself to watch this. I mean, I'm not crapping on it. I'm not crapping on it. It was.
Yeah.
I heard it was good. It's just I don't know many guys there. Like I knew Walter and Tyler Bate. I'm like, okay, I know them. Why do I know them? From NXT.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's this next match.
Well, wait. Oh, sorry,
Walter. But
Walter, I knew from APW actually. Sorry.
Oh man, he's
our local one.
We'll get to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, this. I don't know.
Yeah, I forget where we are. Sorry. Jumping ahead.
But this show, I mean, their takeovers are good quality, just like the NXT takeovers. But
okay, let me stop. That's where my problem lies. If I was going to watch it, that might be all I care about.
Yeah, I've watched both of the takeovers. Yeah, I watched TakeOver Blackpool. I watched TakeOver Cardiff. They've both been great stuff. And for the recaps I've seen of their storylines and their shows, it looks good, but I don't like. It's a lot of product.
You have to look at it like it's for the British people.
Yeah,
and we just happen to see it.
Right.
That's how I look at it. Like it's hardcore for them. We just happen to know of it and see an occasional episode.
Right.
I mean this is the way I look at it.
It's good. It's I don't know. They got some good talent over there, and the thing is, you don't.
Oh, they got some amazing talent over there. Actually,
Oh well, yeah.
But the problem is, like there's amazing talents on like certain football teams that are going to finish 0-16. You know what I mean? It's like I don't care how good you are if you're not on like a thing where people are going to watch.
Well, this is the one I would say if they're going to put, how the rumor was they were going to put NXT on FS1, like maybe put this on FS1 to kind of placate Fox and say, well, you still get an NXT, it's just not the American one.
Yeah, but would they take that?
They might. I don't know. Fox could try to work some magic with it.
I mean, it could be like a live show in England and air over here at like 1 o'clock or 2 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Other side of the coin, like people in England stay up till 2 to watch Raw.
Right.
I mean, it's only fair. Time zone thing.
I don't know how them time zones work. But the next match was a 3-way tag team match for the NXT UK Tag Titles.
Now this one I got to watch because everyone told me it was great.
It went 20 minutes 17 seconds. I gave it an A+. It was fantastic. The defending champions were Zach Gibson and James Drake. I knew them, and I know that Gibson's the one that won the last tournament they had to face the I think it was Pete Dunne. Yeah, I mean, he's okay. James Drake is okay. These guys, they call themselves the Grizzled Young Veterans, and they're a good team. I just
it's like kind of an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah. But they wrestle old school. They look old school. Individually, I don't give a damn about them. It's kind of like, and no offense to these guys, but because you know how I feel about them as a tag team. But the Revival, if you split up the Revival, I wouldn't care.
I might even go so far as to say the Usos, who I think are the best tag team on the planet. If it was just one of them, yeah, I probably wouldn't give a damn.
Yeah, that one.
I can see Scott Dawson maybe being something.
Yeah,
I'm with but yeah.
But this team together, I got to learn their names because like I said, I don't really watch the product. So I was like, who's the other guy with the long hair? I'm like, James Drake. Okay, whatever. They took on Gallus, 2 members of Gallus, which were Wolfgang and Marc Coffey. These guys, I know you like Marc Coffey just based on his last name. But
I thought you were going to go with the Mark thing. That would have been more clever. But whatever.
No, well, what? No, that's what you do for a living. So there you go. But they. Well,
I'm doing this podcast. Does that kind of make me a Mark for a living too?
Well, yeah, I guess. There's 3 members of Gallus and I had to look it up. I'm like, what the hell is Gallus? It's a like a Scottish, British term, whatever it means, like manly or, masculine. So.
Damn it! He's so Gallus.
the British Vince McMahon. God dang it, pal! He's Gallus.
That sounded Scottish to me.
Yeah, it was more Scottish. Whatever, something like that. But that was Wolfgang and Marc Coffey were representing Gallus here, and the winners were Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, who are like the British punks. Well, they're Welsh, I guess. So the Welsh punks. Flash Morgan Webster looks like he belongs at a Ramones concert, and Mark Andrews is like a punk rock skateboarder kind of guy.
So he wants to be sedated.
I guess so. But these guys, they put on a fantastic match. Lots of near falls. 20 minutes, 17 seconds. Good stuff. A+ for sure. That's one of the matches you definitely have to go back and watch. I'm
gonna watch the whole event, but like I was told to watch that match for sure. So. Oh
yeah, that and the main event. This next match is also, if you're gonna watch 3 matches off the whole card, this next match was an effing Hoss match. Okay. Well, first of all, for all of you out there,
effing Hoss. I don't think I've ever heard you say that ever.
It's a Hoss match, man. They're clubbering. That last match, by the way, ended. Gibson had Webster pinned, but Andrews comes out of nowhere. He calls it the fall to pieces. It's a shooting star press. Lands on top of him while he's pinning his partner. Rolls his partner on top of him. 1, 2, 3. The Welsh champions celebrate. The crowd went absolutely banana. They went nuts. But yeah, it was this next match. Joe Coffey, the Iron King, Joe Coffey, defeated Dave Bull Mastiff in a last man standing match.
Oh, Mastiff. Yeah, that guy's good.
He's huge. Huge.
Joe Biggest Coffey, bread ever.
Wow. For those of you who haven't figured out, Joe is the brother of Marc Coffey, and he was a pretty big deal. He was in
those are my homies.
He was in the former Defiant Wrestling. Before that it was What Culture Pro Wrestling.
And now it's Please Save Me from Chapter 11, I believe.
Yeah, it's now Defunct Wrestling.
Too soon?
Wow. But this match, they battled all over the arena. They went through things. They threw each other through things. They beat each other up with things.
Are we on this or AEW? Sorry.
Wow. We'll get to that one. Don't jump ahead, damn it. But they both fell off a big thing on top of like a ledge where they did the pre-show. They fell off of that through tables. They stood up. They were both standing up. Joe Coffey, like there was a crate on wheels. Coffey like kicked it and knocked Mastiff's feet out from under him, so he couldn't beat the 10 count, and Coffey wins. Good stuff. I gave it an A- because I mean it wasn't a perfect match. It was just 2 big dudes beating the tar out of each other, but it was fantastic. By the way, is it you or Ramon who love Tegan Knox, or both of you?
Him mostly, but I don't dislike her.
Okay, well, yeah. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because she's Welsh as well, and she was in the crowd here tonight. I guess she's back actually wrestling on a consistent basis.
Yeah, about to be back full-time, I believe.
Well, I would definitely like to actually see her stay healthy. That would be nice. And not, she pulled a Chris Sabin, dude.
I would like to see her for dinner.
Wow. I'd like to see one of these next ladies for dinner. It was Toni Storm defending the NXT UK Women's Championship against Kylie Ray. Kylie Ray went heel. She went heel, came out of a box, a British box. Actually, she's Scottish, so.
Kind of funny story with her. We'll get to that in a second. Go ahead.
Good Lord. This match went 9 minutes, 52 seconds. I gave it a B-. Tony, it was a good story they told between the two. I thought Ray got, like, her finisher is the gory bomb, and she did it once where she, like, threw Tony throat first across the ring top rope, And then she picked her up and hit it again on the mat, and she pinned her. And then Toni Storm, like, walked away, like, crying her eyes out. So it was supposed to be, like, a big personal feud, like, about family and friends, because they, like, came up through the business together. But, yeah, the match, like I said, B-. Some people might argue with me about that. I enjoyed the match, but it was okay. And I saw a lot of people online dumping on it. That seems to be the deal with NXT women's matches. I don't know. Both brands, like, the women's matches always get dumped on in NXT. I don't get it. I thought it was a perfectly fine match. But I don't know. What's your story about Kylie Ray?
No, it's not. It's not her. It's another. It's the other girl.
Oh, okay. Well,
somewhat of a similar name.
Can we tell it on the podcast, or do you want to? Yeah,
there? She. No, it was just adult film I was watching. No, I'm kidding.
What the hell?
That girl from AEW that got released. I thought it was her.
Oh yeah.
That's Kylie Ray. Right?
Kylie Ray, yeah. By the way,
I actually when I first saw that, I was like, wait, she left them, is now competing for the women's title in Great Britain. That's what I thought. I didn't realize it's a very similar name.
Right.
Like one letter. And yeah. So I was like, holy crap. What, like, all of a sudden she's headlining that show after being on the pre-show of AEW?
What pissed me off was some Marc, I don't even know who this guy is, posted, she has asked for her release from AEW, and they granted it to her. So, and the split was amicable. So, please respect her privacy. She's not saying why right now. And I'm like, please respect her privacy? Screw you. I'm like, every time somebody gets released, everybody's up their butt. Why do you ask for your release? Do you want to do a podcast? It's like, screw you, man. Like, respect your privacy. I mean, unless it's something like super personal, like, people innocently asking, hey, why were you there for one show and now you're gone after they played you up and Cody buried Bailey in your name, like,
and she came out being I'm not that Bailey's bad. Obviously, I'm a huge Marc Fur, but an overdone Bailey, like too much smiling, too much hugging. She tried to intentionally sound like a 12-year-old girl, like the way her voice, like.
She reminded me of, like, when you go to the dollar store and you see those, like, the wrestling figures, and like it's clearly Rey Mysterio, but it's not. Right. Like, that's what it reminded me of. That's
a perfect way to say it.
Yeah. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it, but, like, come on, guys, like.
I'm sorry. Also, if I'm being, like, 100% honest, I don't think she was that good. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, she was okay. Like, that was it. She was okay.
To compare her to Bailey, who some can argue is one of the very best women wrestlers in the world. Really, we're going to compare her to her. I mean,
oh yeah. I know. And the fact that he buried Bailey for absolutely no reason, who did nothing to him.
I don't even think she was ever on the main roster with him, so there's a good chance they've never even met.
No, I know.
I could be really wrong on that, but I just...
He's sitting there calling her fake and all this other stuff. I'm like, how the hell do you know? Like, and you want to talk about fake? This girl acts like she's 12, and she's, like, mid-20s. Like, come on now. Like, oh, she's genuinely nice. She's not fake about it. Like, what the hell did Bailey ever do to you? Like, good grief. Did she turn you down before you got with Brandy?
If you look at her damn Instagram stories, she's always with fans and stuff. I don't think any of that's fake. Why would she do that in her off time? On her own time.
It's like she's not Sasha.
Stuff. Yeah, exactly.
No offense.
Someone's got to even it out. Cody's... I don't want to go off and around, but his attitude sometimes just baffles me.
Yeah, he's
kind
of a dick.
Yeah, but then he does stuff and, like, praises people after. I don't get him sometimes, man.
He's weird.
Like, there's times he'll go off and, like, oh, I wouldn't be where I was if it wasn't for WWE. Okay, why the hell all the hate then? I don't understand him.
And another thing that got me was when he said, I sent this to you where he's like, well, if WWE doesn't start treating Rey Mysterio right, we're gonna steal him from them. I'm like, is he property? Like, it just
right.
And it's like, what do you mean steal him from? Like, come on, yeah, because I'm sure he's just waiting in the wings. Like, what is he doing? Like holding up his cell phone to Vince? As like, one call and I'm in AEW.
And hey, I love Rey. I love him. You know that, but he's not exactly like a top thing right now. You know.
Yeah.
If you were to talk about stealing like Seth Rollins or something, that would be a big deal. We're talking about Rey Mysterio, who's a legend and a future Hall of Famer, but no one's clamoring to get him to be their guy right now. Let's be honest.
I know. It's a little
guy's nuts. I think
weak sauce, man.
I think Sean Spears might have really messed with his brain with that chair shot more, but again, we're getting off course. We'll get to that.
Well, the main event of NXT UK wrapped this all up was Walter defending the WWE United Kingdom title against Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate was trying to be the only two-time champion. This match went on for 42 minutes.
I must ask you a question.
But I'll shave it for later. But this match went on for 42 minutes, 12 seconds. I gave it an A++. All the stars.
Dude, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I was losing breath.
Man. Yeah, I was like, my gosh. Freaking Tyler
Inside
Bate.
joke, sorry.
Yeah. Well, Tyler Bate's chest looked like freaking ground beef by the time this was done.
You don't talk about Haas, man.
Yeah, these two beat the piss out of each other. Just knocking each other around the whole time. I was like, dang, Tyler, like, go take an ice bath for like 2 days. Not that Walter didn't get his fair share,
man. So,
oh man, yeah, he's a small guy, but man, he carries a lot of weight in his, in that small package there. Small package,
pal.
It ends with
he's a small vascular man.
What the hell? The match ended the weirdest way freaking possible. Walter hit just like a lariat all the way from the south part of hell and just knocked
JBL was like, wow.
Yeah, JBL was like, well, tone it down, buddy. Turned him inside out, knocked him stiff, and then got the 3 count. I will say this. I
guarantee you he lost his breath in that one. I guarantee you he knocked the wind out of him.
Oh, well, hell yeah.
Because you look dead. I was like legit afraid for him for a second until I started seeing his feet move.
Yeah, I was afraid for him a couple times there. Like, Walter just beat his ass. That was most of the match.
British strong style is not a gimmick.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they went hard.
That's a thing.
And by the way, I was pronouncing Walter's name wrong this whole time. Like, I kept calling him the Ring General. It's Ring General.
Yeah, and you got to yell his name because it's all caps. So
Walter, kind of like Kenta. Kenta,
Prince Devitt.
What the hell? That was not all caps.
I've seen it in all caps on Twitter a couple times.
Yeah, of course. I'll kind of close the show out together after Walter poses with his group called Imperium, who are that's a group of hosses right there, man. Like, all these men, just damn. And Walter just continues to impress. I wonder if Vince has really seen him yet. Because all I can think of, like, Vince would just look at him and be like, you're tall, you're beefy, you beat the crap out of people, and your name is one word. Damn it, you win all the belts.
Hey, he wouldn't say belts.
You win all the championships, pal. Damn it.
There it is.
Roman, move aside. You have 2 names. He has 1.
Oh man, it's sad that you're like saying this jokingly, but you're probably spot on.
I probably am. He seems like, I mean, other than the fact that he's a little dirty, he seems like he would be Vince's kind of guy.
It looks like Vladimir Kozlov, so I mean, except probably good.
Yeah. Kozlov didn't completely suck, but he wasn't a top guy, pal. Well, that was NXT UK Takeover Cardiff. All in all, it was a good show. If any of you get some spare time to go back and watch, I definitely suggest going and doing that. Like I said, all of their takeover
Pack a lunch
shows
for the main
are
event.
very good. Oh yeah, greatest 42 minutes of my life, man. My God, I was just like, yeah, joking, but seriously, that might be the best match of the weekend, but it's
I don't know. I mean, let's
it's at least tied. I'll say that.